My good people of the internet, welcome back to the Golf Family and God podcast. I am your host, Garrett Weiss. And if you're watching on Spotify, thank you so much. This will be my second episode. The first episode I posted did not have video. I apologize about that. The file size was too big. Hopefully, I can post the video on Spotify. I am posting the video on YouTube currently right now. That is now being uploaded. It is like a nightmare to upload a YouTube video for some reason here at my house. But we're gonna get that uploaded. So if you want to check out the video version, that'll be on YouTube. Hopefully I can upload this on Spotify, but if not, then I'll upload that on YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for coming back. And we're just gonna dive right into some things. The first episode we introduced ourselves, me and my girlfriend Harley did. So this is going to be a solo podcast. This episode. It is currently 12:57, and I have to work in the morning. I got to get up at like 4:15. But I can't sleep because you know why? We're going to talk about urges. Today was a big challenge for me. Like I talked about in my previous episode, I'm a former alcoholic, and I'm trying to work through some things of trying to get over that those urges. But I was expecting this. I was expecting days like this. It's St. Patrick's weekend. Everyone was out having fun, drinking. I've been seeing it on my Snapchat story, my Instagram. Could not get away from it, and I was on social media like a lot, and that was not a good thing for me to do. I should have just put down my phone, got away from it. But me being 26 years old, I'm always be on my phone. Just looking at golf stuff or whatever. But I'll come up on one of my friends' Instagram stories, Snapchat stories, and I just see, them having fun. They're all out drinking, having a great time. And I had my fair share of going out on St. Patrick's weekend and, getting drunk. And, I always had a good time. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those were some good times. The good times I was drinking and all that. I was actually being responsible, Ubering or having a friend take me home or whatever. But you just gotta stay strong minded. I posted it, and I shared that I was going through an urge. Like I shared it. I was not bottling up inside. I just let it out, and I got a lot of good feedback on my Snapchat. One guy um messaged me on Snapchat, and this was I don't know this person. I don't know how we ended up being friends on Snapchat, but we are. But this guy this guy told me, he said, I tell my guys all the time, you wanna own the boat or you wanna rent the boat. Everyone wants to rent a boat and make their vacations. I want to own a boat and rent it to others and make their vacation. You can either be a producer or a consumer. Choose wisely. And I told him, I was like, man, I really appreciate that. I'm going to save that and just keep that in my messages. He said, I don't know you, but I hope to see you at the top. And I hope so too, man. Trey on Snapchat, shout out to him. Maybe he'll, watch this podcast and, maybe come on it one day. That'll be pretty cool. And maybe we can talk more. But yeah, so I got to thinking about that, and it's just like I don't want this addiction to consume me. I don't want to be the consumer. I want to own it and stay on top of life, basically. Um, so that really helped me out a lot. That gave me a lot to think about. Um, on the way home from work, I was going through urges again because my buddies were talking about going. They even asked me, they're like, "Hey man," because they don't really know what I've been going through. They're like, "Hey man, you want to go shoot some pool at Draft House?" And I just told them, I was like, "Man, maybe another day. It's just too early." And I think they got the hint. They were like, "Oh, okay, man. Like that's totally fine." And I was already turned down. I mean, I love playing pool and I love drinking a few beers and all that, and going home. But alcoholic like me, I just want more. Like I could have stopped on the way home, got some more beer, could have drank at the house, could have got like I did before I went in to Holly Hill, and I would have just been starting all over again. I would have thrown all away. Those that month that I went through would have just been for nothing. So on the way home, I still got the urge to go out and drink. So I called one of my buddies that I got a number from in Holly Hill, and I talked to him all the way home. And he was telling me, he was like, "Man, just remember what it was like when you were in there." And that's why I got to thinking about, and that just helped me stay away from it. Um, but yeah, it's always good to have somebody to call and talk to. Um, you're going through an addiction like that or going through mental health issues, I just recommend finding somebody that's going through the same thing that you're doing. I highly recommend that. Because that helped me a lot. And I mean, the message on Snapchat really helped me get away from it. And me calling my buddy, that helped me out a lot. And then I'm just here right now and sober, and I can't sleep because I don't know if I'm still fighting urges or just what, or just I have a lot on my mind, man, and just want to rant to y'all about that. But yeah, that's tonight's topic. It's just urges. Um, they're going to come and go. I'm not going to share every time I have an urge. I'm not going to do that. It was just like my first time really facing. I'm like, God, man, it's sunny outside. It's 70 degrees. It would be nice going out and just hanging out with some old friends, having a few drinks, and but then I got to thinking, I'm like, dude, like I just can't do that. Like I always want more. Like that is me. Like as a go getter, I guess I always want more, and like my work ethic, I think it ties into that addiction. Like I'm always on go 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 go. Like I always want to improve myself. Always want to. I'm a go getter. But then again, it came to drinking as well. Like I just wanted more. Like whatever. Like I just wanted more. I want to consume more, and that could lead to a lot of bad decision making. So yeah, man, that helped me out a lot. So if you're going through urges, I recommend finding somebody to talk to. Like I said, there's a whole. I got the and I haven't used this. I haven't gone to an actual meeting, an AA meeting, because I'm going to my church recovery thing. But there is an app that you can download. It is called Meeting Guide, and I'm put it at the camera. That's it. You can download it on your phone. You can download it on your phone. Yeah, iOS. It's like the blue label with the white chair. I recommend that. If you're going through any other addiction, just finding somebody that's going through the same addiction can really help. You know what I mean? I highly recommend that. You just get the help that you need and find the person that's going through the same thing and talking to them. I really think that helps. So this podcast ain't gonna be as long as the last one. I'm only gonna make it probably about 15 minutes. But want to rant to you guys about urges, and that got me to thinking of making some new goals for myself. So how I write out my goals is I'll do like a daily goal. Like that's like you do it every day, and like you have to do it. Like it's like a do or die. Like you have to do it. So I write it out like this. I write daily, write out some goals for that, and then write like a short term goal right beside it. And then it can be like a month. Like I'm gonna stay sober for a month. Or I take that back. I don't like making like a sober goal like that. You just gotta take that like day by day. I have learned that you have got to take it day by day. You can't think about tomorrow or a week from now or a month from now. You have got to live in the present with these withdrawals or whatever you're going through. Now, I'm not an extreme drug addict, so I'm sure those urges are like way, way, way worse, especially from what I've seen. So that would be a lot tougher. But for me, you have to take this day by day. So scratch that. I'll take that back. You can write like okay, like for me, like I want to get like a hole in one in like a month. Okay, so I'm gonna write like first hole in one on let's say like April 2nd, 2026. Write a date. And that will like lead you to that date. Obviously, like I'm not gonna make a goal like that because I'm still trying to improve on my golf game. But yeah, or say like I want to make 5 YouTube videos by June 26th, 2026. Something like that. And then right beside that, I'll do a long-term goal. And then that'll be like 10 years, 15 years from now, or something like that. Like, just have fun with it. Like I say, like I'm gonna make the PGA in September 5th, 2030. Like, just make it fun. You know what I mean? Like, and make it like an achievable goal. Like, obviously, I'm not going to be a PGA player. Like, I haven't played golf all my life. I just started when I was 22 years old, so that's not going to happen. So, we can make like a so they do like internet invitationals and stuff like that on YouTube, and I think that would be pretty cool to play in. So, like, I'm gonna play in the next internet invitational on let's say June 1st, 2025, like something like that. And that's how I write out my goals. And the daily goals is like how I'll achieve the short term and the long term goals. Like I gotta do this every single day. Like go to the gym, eat less, eat however many calories, meditate, journal, all that. Make a podcast, something like that. You know what I mean? Go to the range. If you're playing basketball, I'm gonna shoot like 100 jump shots and make 100 free throws, something like that. Just make it like a do or die habit. And then your short-term goals, make it like a few months, couple months from now, and then write it out, make it and date it. Like, you got to do it by that date. And long term, that can be like 10 years, 15 years, 20 years from now, whatever. I'm okay. Like, me and my girlfriend are looking for a house. Okay, I want to own my first house by let's say like July July 30th, 2025, something like that. And that's what I recommend. Or our credit scores. Like, yeah, I want my credit score to be a certain amount by date. That's how I do it. So I recommend, just setting some goals. Keep your mind busy, away from these urges, and that I'll make another podcast on talking about my goals. I'll make some new goals out for myself, and then we can talk about that stuff and things like that. But thank y'all so much for tuning in to this episode of the Golf Family Guide episode. I ain't really got anything to talk about with the church. Had some things come up on Thursday, so I didn't go to the Thursday group. I texted them. They said, "Okay, well, we'll keep you updated on that on our reading, and I'll get y'all back with that." Harley was going to go to church today, because I'm working, but Monday I'm gonna have my recovery group, and then in the next podcast we'll talk about that. Thank y'all so much for tuning in again. I'm your host, Garrett Weiss, and keep tuning in these episodes. And remember, you're loved. You got this. You're strong minded, and let's just take it day by day.